Good morning, everybody. So, what time is it? I don't know. It's after 7, but before 7:30. I took an early shower because I want to go. I have to get my paycheck from my cleaning job. We have to go pick up our checks, which kind of sucks. I wish it was like direct deposit, but that's okay. Yeah, that, and then like it's like a 30-minute drive just to go get the check. So overall, I'm spending, how much gas or how much money in gas to get the dang thing. But anyways, I don't know how much I'm gonna really be working for them anymore, just because of obviously I'm gonna start this insurance thing, and I don't know if I shared this or not, but it's not selling life insurance, it's selling Medicare supplements. Yeah, I'm really excited. I'm pretty stoked. I start training next week, and I like the amount of money that can be made with it. Like, I've done a lot of research on it. is amazing. I don't know. I'm just so I'm really excited to get started and kind of try to start making money, because it's gonna be a while before I start making money, because it is a commission based. This isn't even on. It is commission based, so I mean, it might not be for a few months before I even start making money on it. So I kind of like get rolling with it. So yeah, what was I gonna say? So my training is online. I've talked to the guy that I'm training with. There's a couple guys, I think. And it's over Zoom webcam, so it's here at home. So I'll be taking Blaine to daycare Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday next week. I just hope Ace, because Ace barks a lot, and I don't know what I'm going to do. I might have to get him like a bark collar. It like zaps him when he barks, which might make, I don't know how people feel about that, but I can hear a beep. Blaine's doing something. Yeah, I don't know how people feel about that, but I don't really care, because he barks at everything. A leaf will just walk by, just a little leaf, and he'll be barking. So, and he only barks when Willie's not home. If Willie's home, he doesn't bark. He just gets weird. It's like he's always waiting for Willie to come home. But anyway, and he's super protective, I guess. But anyways, yeah, so I didn't really record much yesterday. I don't know, you guys. I wasn't feeling the greatest. I thought maybe I was getting sick, but I think I was just tired, just tired. It's been a long couple of weeks of studying. My mind was like mush, but now I feel really good today, so I wasn't getting sick, I guess. Now I'm just in a really good mood. I want to go grocery shopping for a couple things. I really want to make a stromboli tonight for supper. Like, with like the pizza dough, and then you put the meat in it and you wrap it up. I'm gonna make that for supper. I'm really excited. And so I want to get stuff for that. I don't even know where am I going with this. Oh, I have to go in my storage unit. I have to get some clothes that's sold. And I take some measurements of some shoes that people asked for. There's just always something to do there. Sometimes I wish I could have, I don't know how I would do though if I had like just a relaxing day. Because yesterday was busy, actually. I spent the whole day cleaning. I cleaned the crap out of this house. Because like I said, this house was destroyed from everyone puking. Well, from Blaine puking everywhere. Everyone else made it to the toilet, but obviously Blaine didn't. I feel like I'm just rambling now. Yeah, it's been going for 4 minutes. But yeah, so that's my plan for today. So just want to like hop on here. I'm gonna share. Okay, I don't know what Blaine's doing in here. Okay, so we just got home from the store. I have a corn dog in here for Blaine for lunch. So I got some corn dogs. This is just 6 of them. And then he wanted one of these right away, so I gave him one. It's a vanilla ice cream sandwich, and I don't know, it was actually really good. The cookie part almost tastes like red velvet. It doesn't say anywhere on here that it's like a red velvet one, but it's kind of what it tastes like to me. I got some Blaine some new socks. His were looking a little dirty, and I don't know, his feet are getting bigger. And I like that these have like grippers on them. I got some more Chick-fil-A sauce for when we run out. some elbow macaroni. I want to make deviled egg pasta salad. Then I've got some of these. It's just meat and cheese. So for my stromboli tonight, I'm going to use hard salami, pepperoni, and ham. I've got some puffed Cheez-Its. Blaine had this as a snack. We were in the car like all morning. It's actually 11:54 right now, and we left at like 8, so he had a snack. I've got this Star Crunch ice cream. I don't think we've tried the Star Crunch, so I thought I'd get that. Chicken taquitos, just for, I don't know, maybe a lunch or something for Blaine, or a snack or whatever. Some premium lump crab cakes. Just for a supper or something, we really like crab cakes. CLR Brilliant Bathroom Spray. This stuff is amazing on the tub, so I use this stuff on my bathtub. Works amazing. And then I got a grape Celsius to have. Couple pizza crusts. I'm gonna use, I got a couple. I should only need one for the stromboli. Some more hash browns. I needed some more what are these called? Scrub sponges. So that's all I got. I got a few other things. I took over to my grandpa's. I got him some soda and some eggs and stuff like that. So I'm gonna, ooh, it's like starting to burn. So I'm gonna go ahead, get Blaine going on some lunch. I am not sure what I'm gonna have for lunch. I might just make myself that little skillet I always do. So it's 1:29 and I'm just finally hungry, but I made my little skillet. I got some Diet Coke and I'm watching Annie Elise on here, Come to Life. And I'm like about ready to start sobbing. I'm not gonna lie. So she's talking about, what's the girl's name? Lindsay Clancy. The girl that just recently, geez, I'm almost gonna start crying right now. But the girl that just strangled her children, her 3 children, I didn't know this, but I guess the baby had died in the hospital. So all 3 ended up passing away. And at first I remember like thinking about it, like, wow, like what a monster, you know, how could you do that to your children? But watching her video and realizing what actually was going on, I feel terrible for that woman. I actually really do, because I feel like it's so easy to think like, oh, what a monster, like, but knowing the backstory that she tried to get help and she tried to like get it under control, and she was going, I guess, to an outpatient therapy or something, and now her husband's life is ripped upside down. Her life is ripped upside, it's, you know, I'm sure she's gonna look back on, I don't know what she must be feeling in like the moment, like right now. Like I think, like, I wonder what she's feeling right now. Like, cause it's kind of like a feeling of how could you live with yourself, you know? Like you just ruined your whole life, and it was all because of like your mental state and something you were trying to get under control. So I really do feel bad for her, and the husband too. He wrote like, Annie was reading something he wrote, and he like described each child, and then he was describing his relationship with his wife, and you know, they sound like they had a really good relationship, and it's just like his life is just ripped out, right? Just, my goodness. Sometimes I'm like, I don't know why I watch this stuff, because it really pulls at my heart. It's so sad to me. Just like, even like the Idaho, the 4 students that got murdered. I'm like, oh my goodness, like, one of them, Kaylee, I guess, I didn't know this before, but she wasn't even living there anymore. She was literally just visiting, and she was a couple of them were going to be graduating this year. It hurts my heart, honestly. It's so sad. And oh man, I don't know. I was just gonna share that with you guys. I feel like I need to start watching watching happier stuff, but I don't know. It's terrifying. It's actually terrifying, you know, because it literally, it could happen to anyone. All of it. Either story, really. Last night I had Willie lock the door. I'm like, can you lock the door? He's like, why? Because you're watching all your scary movies? I was like, well, it's not really a movie, but because Willie doesn't like scary movies or just like stuff like that. He'll sit down and watch one of the kids' movies after the kids go to bed. Like, he likes stuff like that. And I'm not into like kids movies and stuff, but yeah. So, and actually when I had Blaine, I remember I didn't get postpartum depression, because I think for them to classify it as like depression, you have to have it for like a month or something, I think. I just felt like I had it like for a couple weeks and that was it. So my experience was minor, extremely minor. But I remember feeling the baby blues, and I remember when I guess here's my labor and delivery story. I don't know, I'll go into this. So I went in, my water broke. So I got one of, what's that called where the doctor, it's membrane sweep. I got a membrane sweep at my 38 week checkup, and that's to help hopefully make you go into labor. And it worked. It did, because I came home a couple hours later and my water broke. And I was actually babysitting at the time. So my stepmom had come over, and my mother-in-law after that came over as well too, Willie's mom. And so I didn't go into the hospital right away. I told, like, the doctor said, we'll just be here by a certain time, because I was like, well, Willie, you know, was at work. Should he come now? Should we go right away? Like, or she's like, well, because I think contractions weren't really, there wasn't much for contractions. And so she said, I didn't have to come immediately. So we waited till like, I think Willie got home at like 3. And I think my water broke at like, before lunchtime, I remember. Because I remember my stepmom had got some McDonald's for the kids for lunch. So it was probably 10, 11 o'clock. And so we went to the hospital, and I was in labor, you guys, for 36 hours. I was having contractions at the hospital. They had to put me on epidural, or no, well, I did have epidural, but Pitocin, to help me hopefully start going in. I wasn't getting big enough. I dilated to like 2.5 centimeters, and that was like the most. So it had been, and like if your water breaks, they want that baby out of you by the 24-hour mark. They don't want that baby staying in there later than 24 hours. And I wasn't able to dilate. I had gotten the epidural because we thought maybe that would help. I don't know. And thank God I did, because when I was on the Pitocin, my contractions were like looking at the screen, they looked really intense, but I couldn't feel them because I had the epidural. And which, by the way, getting the epidural, oh my goodness, I almost fainted. Which I mean, I'm sure a lot of you, probably most people that watch my channel, know all about that. But yeah, so that happened, and then I just, like I said, I wasn't dilating. I couldn't get past that 2.5 centimeter mark, so they had to rush me into a C-section, because it was 36 hours in at this point, or whatnot. So they needed to get them out, because then they're like prone to infection, or they don't have like that protection inside you anymore. So she's like, we're gonna have to take you down for a C-section. And as soon as she said that and walked out of the room, I remember things got intense. Nurses, everyone was rushing in, getting me ready, like it went really quick, you guys. Like it went so quick. It was, because I think technically it would have been like an emergency C-section. I don't know for sure, but it was like boom, 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 like, and I did not have time to process anything. Like it was scary. Like I was like, holy shit. Like first off, I'm like, in like about a half hour I'm about to meet my baby. Second off, I'm scared. I am terrified. And like I was gonna say something else, I don't remember. But yeah, it was just going really fast. I didn't have time to process. I remember thinking like, oh my gosh, like like I want to turn around. I don't want to do this anymore. But you know, but you have no choice at this point. Like you're going. Like I'm like, oh my, like regretting that I have a whole baby inside of me, like scared, you know. And so when I get down there, they do the block. The block is what paralyzes you from it. Some people, it doesn't paralyze their arms, but apparently they said I had a really good one. I was paralyzed from my neck down, which, let me just say, that's a terrifying experience. And if you had a C-section, you probably know. It's terrifying. And like I remember, because they said he was lodged up in me. So I remember they said we're gonna have to like push him down, because he was a big baby. He was 8 pounds 13 ounces and 22 inches long, and I'm not that big. I'm 5'3", so, and my torso is really short. So I was like, oh. And I remember they were pushing, and I felt like they were pushing on my chest. I'm like, why are they pushing on my chest? Like, and he's like, they're not, like, you're fine. And I was scared the whole time. It was so scary. And so finally when they got Blaine out, I held him. Willie cried. I didn't cry. I did not cry, not one time in the hospital. And I remember Willie thought that was a little odd. Like, you just had your baby. Like, how are you not crying? But I was in so much shock. Like, everything went so fast. And then on top of it, I was in labor for 36 hours. So I had no sleep even before giving birth. And then obviously you don't get sleep after you give birth. So yeah, so we get home, and I wouldn't say like I felt any weird way towards him, but like I felt really depressed. I can't explain it. Like, I remember, and I didn't share with Willie, like I'm not very open, I guess, about like my emotions and stuff. If I'm feeling depressed or upset, like I pretty much hold that in, because I don't really get depressed, if I'm being honest. Like, I'll get bouts of it, like, so I don't know if that would be depression or just sadness. But yeah, I don't know, like, it was not a good feeling. And I remember sitting on the bed with Blaine next to me, and Willie was sitting there, and he made a comment like, what do you think? Like, we got this child here. And I remember I started bawling. And he's like, you know, this is the first time that I have seen you cry since he was born. And yeah, it was really sad. Like, and I feel like my story it's it's not really anything, to be honest. Like, I'm sure like every mom goes through that, where not necessarily like, oh, they didn't cry when they first saw their baby, but like, just like, it's, you know, it's your first child, and you have no sleep on top of it, and like, it's, life is, your world is turned right upside down. Your life is like completely changed. I mean, you have a whole tiny human being that you're in charge of. So, I mean, obviously I felt fine after, like, I want to say it was even maybe before a couple weeks. It didn't last long. But I remember feeling pretty depressed the first couple weeks. I do remember, like, and I don't know how to explain. Like, I felt like, I just, like, I don't know. I felt odd. I don't know. So I thought I'd just share my story. I don't really, like I said, I feel weird sharing my story after I just talked about what just happened with the Clancy girl. I don't remember her name. With what happened with her, because that is obviously a way different ball game there. Lindsay Clancy, that obviously is like, and you know what? That Lindsay Clancy, she worked as in labor and delivery. That's what she did. So it's really sad. It's really freaking sad, but I don't know. I feel terrible. I really do. It's because I can't imagine what you must be going through internally to do that, and then after doing it, like when it's all set in, to like know that you did that, like that's gonna be, for her, that is going to be, I don't know, it's not gonna be good. I mean, if she has come to terms with it or not, I don't know. I'm sure she has it. I don't remember. I don't know how long it's been, but that's what I think about, is like when she does come to terms with what she honestly did, or if she has come to terms with it, the guilt, the pain you would feel from that, like knowing you did that. It pulls at my heartstrings, you guys. It really does. But enough of the sad talk. My camera battery is about to die, so I think that's a sign. Like, shut up, Alecia. Yeah, so I don't really know what I'm doing for the rest of the day. It's Friday. It's about 2 o'clock. And I might just hang out, relax. I do have to get a video edited. So yeah, I did apply for my insurance license, and now I've got to go do my fingerprint on Monday. So I have training next week, and after next week, after training, I'm in the field, I guess. I'm gonna start right away, and I'm like, oh, it's so nerve-wracking, but exciting, because I want to start as soon as possible. But yeah.